Hi Cancer, welcome to your monthly readings. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels, right? And with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of July, I decided to create two special tarot offers. One, it's a reading focused on love and relationships, specifically into the soulmate concept. And the other one is called Time Machine, and it's a reading that provides insight and reflection upon the past and how that past conditioning might still be interfering into present and future possibilities. So if you would like to know more info about those specials or any other of my tarot services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So, Cancer. This month of July, and particularly being for the majority of you, your month, your period of focus into the self, I really feel like in particular for this July of 2018, there's a lot of growth, a lot of maturation, a lot of strength that some of you can find exactly into deepening the connection with the self and finding inside of you, right, the gems, the jewels that I feel most of you second guess or undervalue. I feel like some of you Cancer energy, as you go into July, you might be leaving a period of emotional exploration, a period of emotional purge that was in a way necessary to recycle your internal selves, because I think that some of you Cancers have been holding on to emotions that either have been toxic, either have been heavy, either are emotions that again have not transcended into its highest form. So there's a lot of energy here as well for some of you Cancer energy about transcending yourselves and the lower vibrations of the self into the highest ones, because I think that some of you are still reminiscing about emotional experiences that have been a little bit hard, let's say, to understand, to digest, to process. But the fact that you might be obsessing over those might be creating an emotional weight that I feel that for the majority of you is it's negative. And you do have the Queen of Cups as your past influence, and usually this is you Cancer energy, but usually the Queen of Cups can be when it's not into its highest form, into its highest frequency of healing, self-love, nourishment, care, support, but also emotional self-reliance, which is all about what Cancer, in terms of its highest developed traits, is to aspire, is this emotional self-reliance where you don't need anybody to love you, to make yourself feel worthy of love or emotionally validated. And I think that some of you have been let's say going here in circles. There's this emotional tornado that has been in your lives for a while, either due to current emotional experiences that triggered that sense of storm into your life, or because there is undealt, right, and conscious emotional stuff coming to the surface, and it has been hard to completely let go, right, completely be free, that feel completely okay with how things are. I do feel though that for the month of July, you're going to be brought to a certain confrontation that you are wonderful, that you are beautiful, and that you have so many doors that you can knock, that you can open, so many options that you can tackle, so many things you can work towards, that your magic, your beauty, your strength, your courage, your capacity to be again self-reliant, to have things happening your way in your terms and not needing the support, the care, of anybody else. Of course that we all need emotional support, and we all need relationships that are healing and soothing, and that provide to us a sense of a feeling of belonging. But the truth is, sometimes we don't feel that way. We don't have those relationships working in the way we would like them to be working. And when those times come, this is where the real test as well is brought here, because I think that some of you, there might be a particular goal, because the Knight of Pentacles is goal, strategy, investment, opportunity. There might be something you are considering to do during this period of time in which you might be facing resistance, opposition. You might have those people around you judging you or telling you to not do something you really want to do. And the thing is, this could be related to work. This could be related to, again, a personal urge, interest to explore something that might imply that you choose your independent self, that you choose your autonomous way. But it could also be that there's some, I feel like for others of you, this is about family pressure or pressure from those around you. There are as well dependent. It's interesting because it's like you have codependency, an energy of codependency that goes from both you to others, but also from others to you. So it really depends on which Cancer energy here you are. But I'm feeling like that codependency situation during the month of July might be more heavy than usual, right? The weight of it for you to carry forward, it might be harder than usually, because I really feel like there's this awakening of some sorts happening for Cancer during this month of July, that might be about coming to terms, right? That in order to achieve something, or to become the person you want to become, to have the enjoyment that you want to have, to seek out the pleasure that you want to seek out, you might have to put some boundaries into current relationships that are subjugating you into becoming or doing things that you don't want. It could be that, but it could also be that it's time to cut the umbilical cord, which means that there are Cancers out there that really need to cut with any type of dependency that is keeping you from being the beautiful, again, magical, empowered, have this empowered creative version of your life and your lifestyle as well, because the Nine of Pentacles is a lot for me about lifestyle, to be manifested into its full potential. I really feel like Cancers during the month of July have this amazing potential where it basically, you can do whatever you want to do, you can create whatever you want to create, manifest whatever you want to manifest, but it has the priority to get those things, the priority to achieve those things has to be based on self-love, self-respect, independency, and autonomy, which means that this is a month for you, Cancer. This is a month to really put the spotlight right into yourself and understand what you want, what you love, what you think, what you desire, aside of what anybody else is telling you they want, or they want you to be, or they want you to do, because I really feel like there's a lot of pressure for the majority of you about this. Others of you are trying to move forward, again, from emotional experiences that maybe didn't really play out the way you expected to. I feel like there's this road that some of you are being called to keep moving, keep pursuing. You will find better emotional fulfillment. You will find better opportunities and circumstances to have in your life the relationship dynamics that you deserve. But until you, I feel like some of you Cancers really need to understand that until you don't do that for yourself, right? You don't make the decisions that are for the best, that are the best decisions for you, that respect you, that honor you. You won't find people that will respect or honor you as you want, because that has to start inside. And feeling like some of you have given away your power completely to the hands of others, and of course ended up becoming emotionally felt emotionally used, abused, neglected, abandoned, because you gave away your power. And I think that this month as well, for some of you Cancer, is about retrieving. It's like getting a part of you, getting something back that it's essential for your inner fulfillment. And it could be that this might even be an actual physical thing, which means that for Cancers that felt or feel like someone took something from you, money, resources, possessions, items, physical items, something that maybe you have given away, you might be demanding things back. I also feel like some of you are really demanding what's yours to return to you. It could be physical items, as I keep getting, because the Strength and the Knight of Pentacles are very physical cards. So it could be physical things, but it could also be, of course, demanding someone to kind of give your heart back, or give you, the answers you deserve, the answers that you need to move forward and to feel free. Because this Judgment card, as you end up the month, as you go into August, as the future position, and the Judgment for me in particular for you Cancer is showing up as freedom. Some of you want to be free from the burdens you have been carrying. Some of you want to be free from karma. You want to be free from karmic ties, karmic relations, karmic things, that experiences that you're done with. And you need to be very careful with the decisions as well you take during this month, because again, the Knight of Pentacles is your conscious position. So really, really, really be as practical, as pragmatic, as mindful of the steps you take. Be cautious with the steps you take, which means that your strategy is essential to get you the rewards you want and to get you this freedom you deserve and you're claiming for. So, but it's really dependent on the way you go about things, because the Knight of Pentacles is an energy of responsibility, and the Judgment is an extreme energy of responsibility as well. You're being called to have your judgment in place. So once being tested, be strong, tame the lion, tame the beast inside that just wants to come out and, attack. If you feel attacked during the month, or provoked during the month of July, really think twice before acting upon your instincts, because as you can see in the picture, she has the infinite symbol above her head, which means that mind over instinct. You can do this. You have the inner strength and definitely the inner power to be as graceful, as beautiful, and as above as you can be to those petty energies, especially from, I feel like some of you have people during this time that are really acting low or being, petty, vindictive, jealous, critical of you, and you're being tested to remain, again, centered in the notion of who you are. Don't allow outer voices to judge you, right? To judge you in ways where you internalize those judgments as actual truths, your internal truth. It's a month where it's very important to know who you are. And I think that some of you are going to know what you're made of during this period of time as well. Others of you, I feel like you're dealing with some type of Scorpio energy. For Cancers, dealing with Scorpios, sun sign, moon sign, rising, people that have a very platonic signature about their chart. I feel like some of you are dealing with Scorpios, and for those dealing with Scorpios or some scorpionic traits, this in particular can be applied into this energy that I get here of not allowing domain, right? To you not allowing those forces of others to domain you, to control you, to monopolize your life completely. I feel like some of you that are dealing with Scorpio energies, this is a karmic energy. This might be karmic relationship, a karmic relationship in which there's a lot of lessons, experiences, challenging ones, and there's something here about control and domination and overpowering each other, or power struggles in general that can be quite physical. I keep getting that there's this physical experience for some of you Cancers during this period of time that can be intense. Some of you, this is about as well discovering though the pleasures of the flesh, because the Strength card and the Nine of Pentacles and even the Knight are energies of the body, of touch, right, where we find a lot of self-satisfaction. So some of you are giving into some of your are giving expression to your sensuality, for Cancers that have been repressed or just controlling their desires. There might be a need to give room, right, for those intense feelings to come out in ways where you feel empowered again by that strong desire you hold to have experiences in your life and live them in a way that for you is much more raw or truthful to who you are. But it could be as well that there is a lot of physical needs of the body. It can be it can be in terms of your sexuality, that it's heightened, but it could also be in terms of needing more than usual, to be hugged, to be held, wanting to feel hands, right? The hands in your body, wanting massage, or needing massage therapies, needing, to really indulge. It's like your body is your temple during this period of time. And I also feel like some of you might have, it's like emotional disorders, right? Like emotional eating and those type of things that might be as well something you might need to look or to pay attention during this time. You might give in to those compulsions to fulfill those internal voids. So some of you that are not in touch again with your body language as well, you might feel this hunger that appears to be physical, but actually it's like emotional compulsion to eat accordingly to your mood. So this is something that you might be as well going through. I feel like some of you need to rest as well and take some time, right, to recover from whatever has been tiring. I feel like you really need to take it slow, but taking it slow during this period of time is not at all, stopping. I think that there's a lot of things that you're working on, but it's more like stopping in terms of being so much on the outer experience of life, being more in an internal one, in your space where you feel okay with who you are and with what you have to do right now, which is plenty just for yourself. I feel like there's so many things about you that are as well coming up, right? New traits, new interests, new options, that you might be a little bit overwhelmed. Some of you that have a lot of things popping up, coming to you. It's like some of you Cancers is like things being given. Here, take this. I really feel like there's a lot of energies. This is why you need to be careful. It's like a lot of different energies trying to get you, because this is the strength as well here, trying to pull you into their idea or their interest or their desire for you, and you're just one. This is why it's so important to understand what is that makes you happy right now, what it is that truthfully satisfies you, and to make choices based on you, not on demands, not on pressure, and especially on manipulation of some sorts. There is that danger. I feel like some of you are just going to take a leap, take a leap to make changes during this month of July that are going to determine kind of how the rest of the year kind of makes you feel, because the judgment card is here. So the choices you make now are extremely important to the future experiences you're going to find, because you're being tested. You're being tested, you're being called to change something profound in your life. Usually with the judgment is a stage of consciousness. So you really need to get into the highest possible form of energy during this period of time. To not do things you might regret, to not do things that you feel like doing in the moment, but they might be, it's like this table of scores, right? Where there's you and the actions you undertake during this month, and there's others. There's a little bit of a competitive energy here, especially for Cancers, in which there's a strong problem with someone else, like this rival energy or opposition force. Is like scores. So it's not about you or the other party being right or wrong. It's about who is more aware, responsible, who is able to overcome, those lower vibrations and put them into the highest, who is able to understand that we as human beings, aside of whatever disagreements we have, we are we need to be careful with the way we treat each other. We need to be mature. We need to be responsible. We can't just play around with people, as much as they might cross us and make us feel entitled of crossing them as well, or taking revenge, or doing the same, inflicting the same type of pain they inflicted us. This is not the way you want to go. If you feel tempted to do this, it's understandable, but just really think about it, because there might be consequences associated with those actions, especially because I feel like for some of you Cancers, whatever the situation of problem with another party is, especially if it is a relationship again, it might be that the future of that relationship, the future of what you long to achieve in that situation, if you're not careful, you might change that. You might change something that most likely would still have a place, and it's like a place and a function, right? An important function in your life. I feel like some of you, even though this is why karmic relationships are so difficult to go through, it's because, the karmic ties have a huge influence in our life path, more than we know. It's not just about us, it's also about the other. It's both. Usually karmic relationships, in my opinion, my experience, in my observation, this is something that affects both. What you do is affecting the other one, and vice versa. It's not just, an individual process in terms of, it's just, again, the self-entitlement where you feel like you can do anything because the other person deserves it. Well, it might, but at the same time, there's something here about maturation, right, of your consciousness, where you understand that that person is also you, and that person is also affecting your future, affecting your life ahead. So this is just a warning, because I really feel like this is a strong message for some of you Cancers that are tempted to pursue, I don't want to say the easy path, but a path that when we are hurt, or when we feel like we're being treated so unfairly. It's so easy to give in to those urges, but the strength is in your soul. The Nine of Pentacles is here, so there's a real sense of you anchoring yourself in your you anchoring yourself in the notion of who you are. It's what's going to avoid those type of negative experiences to happen or occur in that way. So I hope you have a great month of July. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.